Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's your boy Izlogic.business welcoming you to this Anarchy analysis full game cast. Today we're covering Cloud9 taking on Team Liquid, the battle of the top of the table in the LCS, as these two teams are vying to claim sole spot at the top of the table. Coming into this game, Team Liquid lost to FlyQuest in the Friday night league clash to end the night off, and C9 held up their end of the bargain by winning, taking them one win ahead of Team Liquid in the tables. If Team Liquid win this game, it's back to a tie at the top of the table, making there a 2-game gap between third place. And if C9 win, there's going to be a 2-space gap between them and Team Liquid. Anyway, nevertheless, let us look into this champion select. Big bands that I'd expect to come through. I'd expect something towards CoreJG's pool, because he's been playing very, very strong for Team Liquid in their wins with the Bard. That being said, the first ban coming through is the Azir by Cloud9, then is followed by the Kalista from them. Two very strong carries in the current meta. Azir very strong in the mid lane. Obviously, Jensen is one of the strongest control mage players in the game, so giving a control mage ban to C9 is a huge thing, and it removes some of the strength that this guy can bring. Similarly, Team Liquid ban out TF. Obviously a very strong roam-heavy champion. Niski, probably one of the best roaming mid laners in the game at the current stage. He loves to get out of lane, sacrifice his own CS, sacrifice his own lane to the opposition in order to get his other lanes ahead. Olaf is another strong jungler. Obviously, Blabber was spamming this thing at the start of the split, getting wins here and everywhere with that pick. And as such, that ban makes a lot of sense from Team Liquid this time. I know I ragged on it quite a lot in the teamfight breakdown, them banning out the Olaf, but obviously it's a ban that works very nicely. LeBlanc follows up the bans from C9, strong mid laner. Jensen's very good at it, good smart ban. And then another OP ban from Team Liquid as they remove the Volibear, very strong. First pick time, and Cloud9 lock in the set. This is a very strong pick. It can be flexed between 3 positions at this current state. And as a whole, it makes it harder for Team Liquid to obviously choose their own solo lane picks, as well as their jungle. But Trundle is a very good pick into a set. Reason being, set in jungle is realistically going to be very tanky. So why not make it a health pack with that Trundle ultimate? The Subjugate will take a lot of the health away from the set. The next lock-in for Team Liquid is going to be the Ezreal, a common top tier ADC in the current meta. Very strong in that. That's Sona Lux for Cloud9, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! This is going to be fun. Screw the Ezreal. We do not need to talk about him right now. He's going into a full poke support bot lane. Lux to lock you down with the Qs. Sona then just pokes you down with the Qs. And then they just shield each other. And they also provide themselves some healing. It's very hard to play into. It's a lot of safety in that bot lane as a whole. Realistically, you'd expect one to go full AP and not build spell thieves, but you could technically go double spell thieves with this bot lane, and I would expect it, though it would make laning very stupid, and as a whole, you'd be losing out on a bit of CS and gold. The response, though, from Team Liquid is the beep, bop, boop, robot. It's Blitzcrank. Very strong into this bot lane for Team Liquid. This pick can essentially just hook onto 2 champions that don't have mobility tools, bar say the Sona, who can just E away. But the bot lane for Cloud9 early game does not have that much damage. It's very, very weak. And as such, Team Liquid are probably going to look to punish the early game strength of that Cloud9 bot lane. Bans now, Jace, Galio, Orianna, and we're waiting on the final ban, which is actually going to be GP. So, target ban towards the top side, GP, very strong, blind pickable champ. Similarly with Jace, Galio, and Ori, strong mid laners. Obviously, the pool is being restricted, and technically, we don't know where that set is going. It's not going to support, it's still got 3 places technically. It could be played mid. That is the little option that it could be, because I highly doubt C9 with that bot lane will lock in an AP champion and wow. Firstly, Syndra, strong mid laner, has been locked in for Team Liquid, but I'm not going to talk about that. Hecarim and Shen. Wow. Now, Set, because Hecarim's locked in, is not going in the jungle. Shen is more likely to go into the top side. I think Set is going mid. And it makes sense because there is obviously 2 strong AP champions on Cloud9 side in the Sonar and Lux. But Hecarim, very, very strong AD champion. Shen, while built more tanky, very strong AD champion. You've obviously got your built-in taunt. You've got your own Standard United, which allows you to TP across the map, as well as your own TP. Very, very strong pick. And a good champion into that Shen would be an Akali, because you can obviously hijack the TP of the Shen by using your E. But Mordekaiser works all the same with cancelling ults. You just take him into the Death Realm. You stop that Shen roam coming in, because if I remember correctly on how Mordekaiser ult works, if you put the target that's being shielded by the Shen into the Death Realm, Shen does not TP. And as such, he can just stop the fight and not allow the Shen to get in. It does make it more of a 4v5, and it's very, very strong in terms of a counter pick for Team Liquid. Hopefully we get to see it play very well, and this game should be really interesting because I do not know what to expect from this Cloud9 mid, Cloud9 bot, or top. Well, top I understand, it's just Shen into Mord, very standard. Nonetheless, this is going to be a very, very interesting game for the battle of the first place. So, what we're expecting early game. Let's lay out the early game. That is probably the best thing to do right now. Standards. Hecarim, probably he'll be looking to protect his bot lane. Similarly to Shen. Level 6, you can just join up with the bot side map and just provide them shields. There's a lot of shields on the side of C9. And I just realised that Blitzcrank pick is going to be huge. I'm going to run through all the shields here. Lux has her own shields. Sona provides a shield with that W. Haymaker from Set provides a shield. Stand United provides a shield. If you're wondering why I'm going over this, there's a Blitzcrank on the other side. Blitzcrank's ult was changed a few years ago, where they added an additional effect to the ultimate. His ult essentially just cancels shields. So if you have a shield on your team, that essentially just gets nullified. So all these shields on the side of Cloud9, plus there is also a barrier on Sona, that is huge. This Blitz has a lot of power, and it's on probably the best guy in the game for powerful picks in Core JJ, who has been this Team Liquid massive carry. He's kept them in the games with his Bard. He's been very dominant on that pick. Nevertheless, let's have a look-see at the setup right now. C9 setting up bot side map. I would expect maybe an invade, a delayed invade from Team Liquid, because they do have the Blitzcrank that can obviously lock up a target with ease. And considering the strength of this E9 bot side early game being quite weak, the invade would be actually quite strong. However, we're actually not going to see it, as we do see Broxer head to the top side map, and take his own red, so no invade here. It's just the bot lane for Team Liquid are just going to grab that bot wave first. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least, because Blitzcrank is technically going into 2 range champion, so it's going to be quite hard for him to get his things. As his first hook lands, it's going to be a little bit damaged, but Lux has started with her shielding, so it's going to be very, very hard for anyone in Team Liquid to burst out instantly in a level 1 fight. Anyone on C9. So, the good thing to note is, if your hooks are landing, this becomes more of a psychological warfare. If you land hooks, it makes your opponents panic. They have to overthink, oh, if he's going to throw this hook, he'll probably throw it straight at me, so I have to dodge which way. But what if he predicts I'm going to dodge? Yeah, you have to think psychologically about a hook at pro level. And it's very hard to do, considering the fact that it's very, very potent. As a nice facebreaker is going to land onto Niski, but the train's coming through. Scatter a Week just pushes Niski away, and it's going to be an even trade. And the big thing to note is this bot side map is looking to go aggressive here. As Trundle has come in. The Blitzcrank is in the middle of the 2 members. The pillar is going to come out, but the shields are just too much as the barrier is already used. And then the hook brings in the Lux, but that is not going to be anything threatening to this C9 bot lane, as they're just able to walk it away, pop their potions. All they've used is a barrier and an exhaust, I do believe the Lux is running, as we are seeing mid lane. Set is getting the better of Syndra, and he narrowly is not gonna kill her, but re-engage is coming out from the Trundle. Uh-oh, he is getting chased down. The pillar locked him in place for a second, but he's just getting chomped. A nice little, and he's away. Wow. Top side, we are seeing the Hecarim invading into the Team Liquid topside jungle, taking them Krugs, and he's gonna be forced as another engage to the bot side is coming through. The pillar is gonna land the nice little chomp there. He's put Set into a very dangerous position, and the facebreaker is gonna bring him, and he lives! TP is coming in though to get some revenge. Blitzcrank is here as well. Shen is looking to kill off the Syndra, but Syndra flashes over the wall. Taunt comes through onto the Blitzcrank, and that is going to be first blood to C9. Will there be any consequences here for them, though? No. The sad bee comes out, and C9 pick up first blood mid. Oh boy. Shen just came in. He played Guardian Angel. TP from behind. Gets over first blood. Wow. Huge play there from C9. In technically a 3v2, picking up first blood. And because Blitz had to go to that mid lane to provide protection, it gives it C9 chance to push bot side and get turret plating there. Anyway, we see this play again. Niski pops his summon spell immediately to get away. He then face breakers and flashes over the Syndra orb, which would have killed him. And then it's just Shen coming in with TP. If he had his taunt available, then he probably would have gone immediately onto Syndra before she flashed. Blitzcrank, though, did not have flash. And Core JJ was almost saved by that Trundle pillar, but uh-oh. Here comes the engaged topside. Flash is forced out immediately from the Maud once Hecarim showed up. But he just gets charged down. Hecarim picks up the second kill of the game. And wow. Cloud9 is starting to get ahead here. As top lane, their minions are gonna die to the turret. However, TP is used by Maud. The possibility of a re-engage is there for the Hecarim. But he's just gonna take the Krugs again from poor Broxer. Broxer is not able to play this game, as there's already starting to be a big CSD difference in that jungle. Bot side and map, a big CSD though between the Sona and the Ezreal. Yes, Sona is rocking the Spell Thieves, so she realistically does not want to be killing more than 4 CS a minute, I do believe, because then the value of the minions goes down. However, because there's pressure bot side for Team Liquid, that does mean they get access to this Drake pit. They're going to take this first Mountain Drake of the game, and oh boy, This is turning into an absolute barn burner. So, the great thing here for Team Liquid, you've got late game scale, you've got the range advantage in this sort of matchup, and C9 want to play the mid game. That is the strength of this team. When it comes to team fighting, it's going to be very hard to burst out anyone on C9 because of the shielding. That being said, you are relying obviously on the Blitzcrank ult to go away and not essentially use it on the shields, more so onto things as, Syndra is in trouble as the charge comes in from the Hecarim. Ult from Syndra is not going to do anything as a showstopper puts down Syndra into the grave. 3 kills to none here for C9, and oh boy, turret plates are in the eyes of the set. Whew. Wow, what a combo there from the charge in from the Hecarim. He just goes unstoppable in that charge forward. And I, believe it or not, have forgotten the name of his ultimate. But yeah, good charge in there. Hecarim securing a 3rd kill for the team. And the great thing is, the kills aren't all on just one person. They're spread between the carries in the topside map. As mid's got a kill, Hecarim's got a kill, and Shen has a kill. They're all starting to get a bit too strong. Now, I should point out this first. It's not going to be Blade of the Ruin King set, as realistically I wouldn't have minded the pick, because it would allow him to chase down the targets to get involved and work alongside the Hecarim, who likes to just run down targets. But I guess C9 need a bit of tank stats, as Shen's gone towards the AP strength, which would make sense as re-engage is coming in bot side. Trundle is going to get the kill here as Blitzcrank just kills off the Lux. And wow. First kill on the board for Team Liquid, and they're possibly looking to re-engage onto Sona. But no, Krug's in the eyes of Trundle. He's had his taken for too long. But Heka does, though, get in response the Rift Herald. That is going to be a fairly reasonable trade because of the turret damage going down bot side. That's going to be 1 play over to the Ezreal here. The possibility of the second will come through. I do believe that will actually happen there. Second one is going to come through. There we go. And yeah, we're going to see a fairly strong comeback here, I do believe, from Team Liquid, as they're starting to get some aggression onto that bot side map where they need it. They should realistically continue to punish that bot side like they have been, because Trundle's been looking to gank down bot side, and it's working. Blitz is landing them hooks quite nicely. He's actually delaying them, which is something I really like. Blitzcranks who just throw out the hook willy-nilly when they realistically shouldn't be. Like, it's better to flashy than flash hook. You're guaranteeing a knock-up if you flashy, if you get close enough. That is something I prefer in a Blitzcrank player. And Core JJ is that sort of player who looks for the safe play, as Herald is going to be dropped for the mid lane here. I don't know why he's dropped this instantly. It is, I guess, to try and punish the blue take from Syndra, but she's just going to get back to lane, and oh, that turret is actually going to fall here off this Rift Herald, and first turret gold is going over to the set and the Hecarim, because Hecarim just gets the gold because Herald takes it. Fairly nicely done here, as the Herald does get killed, but yes, very nicely done there by C9. The minions did their job, so did the Herald, as Trundle has sneaked into this bot side. This is gonna be a play here, and Hecarim is lurking around. He isn't going to be spotted as the engage. The pillar is landed. The crescendum is used, and she is just dead. The shield breaker from the Blitz comes through. Hecarim, though, is re-engaging into the final spark. Misses the Ezreal, but it is going to kill the Ezreal anyway. Hecarim is just running around like a madman, chipping away all the damage as we look towards his top side. Flash from Cinder is used. Facebreaker, though, brings her in. Showstopper into the charge forward from the Hecarim. Lux is going to get the kill here, and that is a great big fight for C9 there as they pick up 2 for 1 against this Team Liquid side, and they're gonna get this Ocean Drake on top of it. Oh boy, this is explosive already. But yeah, that was very nicely done by C9 in response, as topside, Shen has put this Mordekaiser really low, and he narrowly does not kill him though. But Trundle is here. He is going to get caught out here though by Set, who's just going to full burst combo him. He hasn't got his ult though, so he wouldn't realistically go fully in. And at this point in the game, Sona and Lux are at their strong point. They finally start to be able to push in this wave as Final Spark is just used to chunk down Tactical, and as well the half of the wave. A great big ult as we watch this team fight again. So starts off, Blitzcrank and Trundle just come running in. Cleanse is used there by Blitz, and he's then able to cancel the shielding coming out from the Lux and the Sona. But Hecarim's just able to come in from behind and charge it down, as we do see the Stand United get cancelled there by Maud. Very nicely done as he approached the turrets. Syndra tries to come in to protect her team, to stop the engage onto them low champions in the Trundle and the Blitz, but she kind of oversteps herself into a Set. That's not a good point, because she just gets killed off. And now that allows Cloud9 more gold. They're at a 3k lead here. And Hecarim is hovering topside to allow the Shen push into the top side, and the possibility of a turret plate going down here, because Shen has gone for a more pushing style with the Tiamat pickup. Very nicely chosen item, because he's going into a Maud who realistically will just stay topside into him, so why not get that pushing matchup going? It's very, very strong, especially with the magic resist built up by the Shen. However, we are seeing some more stalking around this bot wave as Trundle is hovering here. We're going to see the engage. The pillar does come out, and it's just a straight forward as the arcane barrage is coming in. Then that falls down to Sona, and the re-engage though back onto Trundle as the final spark lands. Shen is already at this fight, and Mordekaiser has taken this wrong target into the death realm. Set showstoppers him back into the team. He is gonna fall. That is a double kill onto the Shen. Wow. Cloud9's global assault is being stupidly broken in this game already, punishing this bot side attempts by Team Liquid to obviously try and get themselves some gold into their carries. But wow, Licorice is just able to get into these fights. As we watch this again, Blitz just runs it down straight into these two champions. They immediately get hit by True Shot Barrage. The shields get popped by the Blitz, and down falls the Sona from the poke from the Ezreal. Ezreal is forced to flash though, as we see the Set coming in, but the EP from Maud gets in time to put the Set into Death Realm to essentially make sure he does not engage onto the Ez, who's literally right in front of him. So the most ideal champion to put into Death Realm for Maud would be Set, because he has only armor. Shen has a bit of a magic resist, so bringing him into the actual Death Realm wouldn't be the best target, considering the fact as we are going to see the hook land onto one there, and the engage coming out from the Hecarim is going to land, but the Hecarim is killing off the Blitz there. It's a 2-for-1 trade in this bot side, and a couple of shutdowns as well, adding onto it, and turret gold is going into the back pockets of this Ezreal, who's slowly but surely coming online. He has got his Sheen and his Myr mana stacking up, but this is slowly but surely getting out of hand. That's quite a bad point for your team lineup, especially with this team C9 style that they're playing here, where they're trying to protect this bot wave. When this team groups up, it's going to be very interesting to see how the entire team fight works out, because essentially, if you're Team Liquid, you just need to kill the bot wave of C9, and then you're just hitting big beefy boys, bar say the Hecarim, who can do a lot of damage. The rest of C9 realistically are just tanks, and you have an Ezreal, you have a Syndra, who are your big carries. You can just punish them by using your blitz to lock down the immobile champions like the bot side map. So it's very nicely done, as Herald is dropped mid-wave and it is going to chunk out the turret. It is not going to kill it. And we're going to possibly see a fight for this Cloud Drake here as a Hulk. It's going to go wide. Scout of the Week, though, lands onto 2 and is going to chunk them, but they're immediately healed by Sona. And Team Liquid lost a lot of control around this Drake pit, and that is going to be handing this Cloud Drake over to C9. And nothing else other than Cloud Drake going over to them. Boxer could have looked to challenge that, but he was not going to get there in time. And it's just a reset out of these laners here, as the hooks are just coming out from Blitz to try and lock up the Heka. But nothing is landing. And this is very, very nicely done by C9, playing respectfully of the chance of the hooks landing and essentially playing safe. So, looking at builds right now, as we might see the possibility of fight here, as Shen is looking to kill this red buff and steal it, but he is just going to hop over the wall and keep himself safe. But Deadman's Plate is picked up here for Set. Very nice item, especially when running down targets. You also have a bit of armor to deal with the Ezreal in team fights and the Trundle. But the realistic issue for me with that build is he's going into Syndra. Is his matchup. And she's full AP. Similarly, if he runs into Maud, full AP. The only magic resist he has is his Mercury Treads. And even then, that's not the most MR. As look at the trade damage coming out from the Shen into this Mordekaiser. As Shen has efficiently been building into this Maud's damage, as he's just got himself a lot of MR. He has his Null Magic Mantle in the back pocket. And realistically, he's got a lot of safety, especially with that Tiamat as well, against this sort of lineup from Team Liquid. As he engage is going to come in as a showstopper, is going to land immediately onto the Syndra. She has just been bursted out by the Shen, who just comes in with the Stand United. That being said, Set has been put in the Death Realm. He is being chased down, but he is not going to die. Haymaker lands and the shields come through. Then it's just a crescendum from Sona to lock him up. That is 2 kills for nil for C9. And what can C9 get out of this? Well, they got the bot lane turret, but nothing else but a bit of pressure topside maybe, because technically Shen should return topside and get that turret, because Maud's going to be dead for a few more seconds and realistically cannot respond to any play up topside. So I'd expect that. That being said, Void Staff has been picked up for Syndra. So she has the possibility to burst out anyone now. She has a lot of damage being picked up into that kit. It's going to be very easy for her to essentially burst out anyone on C9 from the middle of the map to the bottom half of the map. Top side of the map, maybe not. Actually, Heka she could probably, with him only having the QSS to deal with the magic damage. But that isn't too much. Anyway, Sona has finally got her Saracen Brace online. So more shields, ladies and gentlemen. Blitz is going to be vital if Team Liquid are to win this, as them shields can just get popped just like that. I don't like this team comp from C9 too much into the late game if there's a Blitz alive, because that Blitz will you don't realise how quick it comes up. It's like, you could probably, in a full-gone team fight, get that ult off twice. It's about 20 seconds late game. And considering it is going to be Cloud Soul, as a hook, it is going to land straight onto the set. He is going to showstopper out the Syndra, but she is going to get over the wall, but it's not going to be enough, as she's just immediately followed by the Hecarim. She is dead. C9 can turn to Baron here, possibly, and no, they're going to clear out the vision, because they're going to play this smart. They're going to push the waves. Syndra's dead. They've got a free access to mid-wave. Final Spark's just going to clear out the wave here. And that should be mid lane turret falling. And C9 are slowly but surely crushing Team Liquid here. Now, slowing things down. 5k gold lead for C9 is quite huge. TP is coming out from Ezreal to look to contest this Cloud Drake, which is a huge thing for Team Liquid and C9 because they need the cooldown reduction. Sona, not so much, as TP is going to come through here for C9. They're looking to contest this. Hook is going to land onto the Shen. He's pulled in towards this Team Liquid lineup, but he just jumped straight onto the Mordekaiser. Drake is going to go down for Hecarim here, getting the third Drake on the board for Cloud9. And the re-engage though, Shen is going to fall here for trading it with the Mord. The showstopper is used to pull into the backline, but it does mean Hecarim's going to fall as well. Now it's just Tactical running down this C9 bot side and map. And this is a 4v3. Team Liquid are picking up an advantage here in this game as they win that fight. Wow. So, Team Liquid win the fight there. They do kind of give over Drake though, as Trundle just was forced away from the pit there, from Hecarim, and essentially that engage was huge from C9. But when your frontliners fall, like your Shen and your Heka, as well as the set getting chunked immediately in the fight, it's very hard for C9 to actually fight you, because your bot side map is completely exposed in fights, and Sona and Lux will just be chased away by an Ezreal. And the big thing here is C9 though are on Cloud Soul. That's an important point. And Cloud Soul is a huge thing for either team. That Blitzcrank ultimate will be vital in team fights. And essentially, if that is on literally about a 10-second cooldown every round, it's going to be pretty bad if you're C9 to actually contest them, as they are looking for a pick here. It is going to get thwarted, though. The C9 do manage to get hooked, though, and that is a dead Sona. Re-engage, though, coming out from Heka, and he's going to just get chunked and killed. Tactical is still alive as he survives the Heka burst. Re-engage though is going to possibly come out here from Team Liquid with the Blitzcrank hook on cooldown maybe. But with the jungler dead for C9 and their ADC, well Sona, that's going to be Baron over to this Team Liquid lineup. Great picks coming out from this Blitzcrank to get themselves back into this game. And wow, this is a wide open game as we look at this fight again. So, he's thwarted. Ward and the trinket gets placed, and that hook narrowly hits onto Sven. Crescendum lands though onto the Trundle and the Ez. But Heka just gets absolutely destroyed there. And he kind of ran in a bit too overconfident that his team's going to follow up and protect him. But Ezreal is just too strong at this point. He has his Trinity Force, he has his QSS, and he has his fully stacked Mana Mune. So that is very, very strong if you're an Ezreal, because you could just Q-proc someone to death. And essentially that's what just happened to the Hecarim, who just got killed by that Ezreal damage. And with this Baron buff, This is going to be a lot of gold going into the back pockets of Team Liquid. Gold lead has finally ticked back over to Team Liquid here, picking up a slow but sure lead here, as they have picked up 3k gold off this Baron play so far. It's very huge, and they're trying to deal with this obnoxious Sona, who's just keeping herself alive as she deals with the minion wave. Very hard to obviously get through, unless you obviously land a miracle hook. Core JJ is setting up vision to try and look for a pick here, as this C9 team are losing their bot turrets. And yeah, Baron is going to be crashing into these inhib turrets next. And the hook is going to miss. It was in the right position. It would have hit if there was someone there. But no, it is going to go wide, as no targets from C9 are in that rotation path. But Blitzcrank, realistically at this point, is just going to be looking for picks. That is the right play for him to do, considering they want to just isolate members from C9. And the isolation can only be responded by backup from C9, because they can obviously Shen they can obviously gauge as the showstopper is going to come in. He's going to land on the team. Final Spark immediately bursts out this Syndra. Hecarim re-engages, and the set falls as Blitz picks him up. But Death Realm has been put onto the Shen, and he's just alone with the 3 carries from Team Liquid. Trundle is just re-engaging. He is caught out that looked, and she is going to fall to the Ezreal. Bish, bash, bosh. Team Liquid are looking to win this game. The possibility of this game going into their back pockets is huge, as this would even up the tie at the top of the table. And Hecarim and Sona are having to make a last stand here as the base of C9 retires. The hook lands, and Blitz is gonna get it onto the Sona. She is dead. That being said, Blitz falls, but the Hecarim falls as well. That is the Nexus turrets falling here. C9 are losing their base, and the Nexus is fully in the sights of Team Liquid. They are about to kill it. Set cannot do anything. The Final Spark does not matter, and that is going to be Team Liquid beating C9. Wow, what a matchup there. They just were absolutely decimated by the bot wave of Team Liquid. Tactical went off with that Ez, but full credit goes over to Core JJ with them hooks, landing them ever so perfectly in fights. And when they landed, Team Liquid just jumped in. They just murdered C9's team comp. And when them picks come through, it's very hard for you to engage or do anything if you're C9. C9, though, I give a bit of credit for going for this weirder, crazy team comp, because technically they're almost guaranteed for playoffs at this stage, because they've got 10 wins in their back pocket. But that was a huge game. Nevertheless, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here if you want to, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.